In the world of professional wrestling, few names have echoed as loudly as Roman Reigns. Born Leati Joseph Anoa'i, Roman Reigns has carved a legacy in WWE that few can match. From his humble beginnings to becoming a member of the Shield, the tribal chief, and the head of the table, Reigns' journey has been nothing short of remarkable. However, like all great stories, his tale in WWE has seen both triumph and tragedy. This video explores the rise, heel run, and current redemption arc of Roman Reigns, examining his early life, the beginning of his wrestling career, and his continued meteoric rise in WWE. Before we get into it though, go ahead and Superman punch into that like, comment, and subscribe for us. Chapter 1. Childhood and Early Life. Leati Joseph Anoa'i was born on May 25, 1985 in Pensacola, Florida, into the legendary Anoa'i wrestling family. His lineage includes some of the most famous names in professional wrestling, such as Yokozuna, Rikishi, and The Rock. Raised in a close-knit Samoan family with Jay and Jimmy Uso, Roman Reigns grew up with wrestling in his blood. Roman's cousins, Jay and Jimmy Uso, born just 3 months after him, shared a similarly unique upbringing. They were the sons of another wrestling great, Rikishi, known for his absolutely unforgettable moments in WWE. Like Roman, Jay and Jimmy grew up with wrestling in their blood, but their bond went beyond family ties. It was a brotherhood forged through shared experiences, backyard brawls, and the competitive spirit that ran through their veins. The three boys spent their childhood running through the neighborhood of Pensacola, playing out the epic battles they had seen their fathers wage on television. Whether it was wrestling in the living room or tossing a football around in the yard, Roman, Jay, and Jimmy were inseparable. They were more than just cousins. They were like brothers, bound not only by blood, but by a shared destiny that was slowly unfolding. Roman's father, Sika Anoa'i, was one half of the WWE Hall of Fame tag team, the Wild Samoans, and this background undoubtedly influenced Reigns' future aspirations. Despite his family's wrestling heritage, Roman Reigns initially pursued a different path. He was a standout athlete in high school, excelling in football. His talents on the gridiron earned him a scholarship to Georgia Tech, where he played as a defensive lineman. Reigns' football career showed promise, but after a brief stint with the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars in the NFL, he turned his focus towards the family business, professional wrestling. Chapter 2. Early wrestling years. In 2010, Roman Reigns signed a developmental contract with WWE and was assigned to their developmental territory, Florida Championship Wrestling, or FCW. Wrestling under the name Leaky, Reigns began honing his craft and learning the ropes of professional wrestling. His natural athleticism, muscular build, and undeniable charisma quickly made him a standout performer in FCW. Reigns' early wrestling years were marked by a series of ups and downs. He had to adapt from the world of football to the physical demands and storytelling aspects of professional wrestling. During this time, he developed his signature style, blending power moves with a calculated, methodical approach in the ring. Reigns himself has recalled a moment where there were only 3 people in attendance to one of his shows, and he was asking the audience what wrestling move they would like to see. This possibly foreshadowed the future of his professional career, but Roman pushed through. Although his early matches had low attendance and were far from perfect, it was very evident that Reigns had the potential to become a top star in WWE. Chapter 3. WWE debut and formation of The Shield. Roman Reigns made his official WWE debut on November 18, 2012, at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Alongside Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, Reigns formed The Shield, a dominant faction that quickly made waves in WWE. The Shield's debut was explosive. They attacked Ryback during the Triple Threat main event for the WWE Championship, helping CM Punk retain his title. This marked the beginning of Reigns' rise in WWE. The Shield was a force to be reckoned with. Known for their guerrilla-style tactics and their mantra of believing in the Shield, the trio quickly became fan favorites due to their in-ring prowess and ability to deliver compelling promos. Reigns, in particular, stood out for his powerhouse moves and commanding presence. The Shield would go on to win multiple championships, and their dominance solidified Roman Reigns as a future main eventer in WWE. On the June 2nd, 2014 episode of Monday Night Raw, the Shield was riding high after their victory over Evolution. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose stood united in the ring, seemingly stronger than ever. But Triple H had a plan B. In a shocking turn of events, Seth Rollins suddenly attacked Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose with a steel chair.
No!
Rollins' betrayal was brutal yet calculated, with Roman Reigns being the first to fall under the vicious assault. The steel chair shots echoed through the arena as Rollins methodically dismantled his Shield brothers. Roman Reigns, who had always been the enforcer and protector of the group, was left lying on the mat, betrayed by someone he considered a brother. This moment marked the end of the Shield and the beginning of a rough period for Roman Reigns. For the first time in his WWE career, Reigns found himself without his Shield brothers, forced to navigate the treacherous waters of WWE as a singles competitor. Chapter 4: The Solo Career, Royal Rumble Fiasco, and his Championships. After the Shield disbanded in 2014, Roman Reigns was positioned as WWE's next top babyface. He quickly became a mainstay in the main event scene and quickly began challenging the best the WWE had to offer. At SummerSlam on August 17, 2014, Reigns defeated Randy Orton in a hard-fought singles match. This victory was a huge moment in his singles career, as it showed that he had the ability to perform in high-profile matches. Reigns competed in several matches to establish his dominance and legitimacy as a title contender. He participated in a fatal four-way match at Battleground on July 20th, 2014 against John Cena, Randy Orton, and Kane for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, though Cena retained the title. In September 2014, Roman Reigns suffered a hernia, which required surgery and forced him to miss several weeks of action. This benched him during a crucial period when WWE was building him up as a future main event star. However, Reigns made his return to WWE television in December of 2014, appearing at the Slammy Awards to accept the Superstar of the Year award, which was voted on by the fans. His return was met with a mixed reaction, reflecting the growing divide amongst fans regarding his push as the next top star. Upon returning to in-ring action, Roman Reigns entered a feud with The Big Show, who was aligned with The Authority. This feud was designed to further establish Reigns as a dominant force, with him often overcoming the odds against the much larger Big Show. Their feud continued into early 2015, with Reigns defeating Big Show in several matches on Raw and at TLC in December of 2014, where Reigns was involved in a brawl with Big Show during Cena's match against Seth Rollins. Now, for the famous 2015 Royal Rumble. During the Royal Rumble match on January 25th, 2015 in Philadelphia, Roman Reigns entered as a participant and eventually won the match by eliminating Rusev. However, his victory was met with a chorus of boos from the Philadelphia crowd, who were vocally displeased with Reigns winning over the preferred choices, particularly Daniel Bryan, who had been eliminated earlier in the match. In an attempt to salvage the situation and to get the crowd back on Roman Reigns' side, The Rock, Roman Reigns' cousin, and one of the most beloved WWE superstars of all time, came to the ring after the match to endorse and celebrate with Reigns. The Rock raised Reigns' arm in victory, hoping that his endorsement would sway the crowd's reaction. Despite The Rock's efforts, the crowd continued to boo, showing their displeasure with the outcome. Even The Rock, who is usually adored by fans, seemed surprised by the intensity of the negative reaction. This moment was just the beginning of the challenges WWE faced in trying to establish Reigns as the top babyface, as the fans were not willing to accept him in that role at that time. This event was a significant turning point in Roman Reigns' career. The negative reaction to his Royal Rumble win and The Rock's failed attempt to save the situation marked the beginning of a prolonged struggle between Vince McMahon's creative direction and the WWE Universe's response to Reigns. Reigns' first WWE World Heavyweight Championship win came at the 2015 Survivor Series, where he defeated Dean Ambrose in the finals of a tournament for the vacant title. However, Reigns' ascent to the top was not without its challenges. Despite WWE's efforts to push him as the face of the company, the fans were divided in their reactions. Some appreciated his in-ring abilities and dedication, while others felt that he was being forced on them as the next John Cena. This mixed reaction was evident during his matches and his promos, where he often received a chorus of boos despite being positioned as the good guy. Roman Reigns' championship run was characterized by his resilience and ability to overcome adversity. He headlined 4 consecutive WrestleManias: 31, the heist of the century, 32, 33, and 34, a feat only achieved by a select few in WWE history. His matches against the likes of Brock Lesnar, Triple H, and The Undertaker further cemented his status as a top star. However, the fan base's lukewarm reception to his character forced WWE to reevaluate their approach. During this time, Roman won the WWE Heavyweight Championship 3 times, the United States Intercontinental and Universal Championships. Chapter 5: The Leukemia Diagnosis and Hiatus. On October 22, 2018, Roman Reigns made a shocking announcement that would alter the course of his career and his life. Reigns revealed on an episode of Monday Night Raw that he had been living with leukemia for 11 years and that the disease had returned after being in remission. This heartbreaking revelation sent shockwaves through the WWE universe and beyond, as Reigns announced that he would be vacating his Universal title and stepping away from the ring to focus on treatment. Reigns' announcement was met with an outpouring of support from fans, fellow wrestlers, and the entire sports community. The reality of his battle with leukemia brought a new dimension to his persona, as fans saw him not just as a larger-than-life character, but as a real person facing life-threatening illnesses. His departure from WWE left a significant void, and many wondered if he would ever return to the ring. During his time away, Reigns underwent treatment and focused on his health and family. The battle with leukemia was a difficult one, but Reigns faced it with the same strength and determination that he brought to his wrestling career. His journey became an inspiration to many, showing that even in the face of adversity, one could fight and overcome the odds. In his storyline, his departure led to significant changes in WWE programming, with the Universal Championship being vacated and new storylines emerging to fill the void left by Reigns' absence. After several months of absence, Roman Reigns made his return to WWE on February 25, 2019, on Monday Night Raw. This appearance was heavily promoted by WWE, and there was a significant anticipation amongst fans regarding Reigns' health and future in wrestling. Roman Reigns opened the show to a thunderous ovation from the WWE Universe. The atmosphere was electric, with fans eagerly waiting to hear from Reigns for the first time since his leukemia announcement. With a mix of emotions and determination, Reigns revealed that his leukemia was once again in remission. The crowd erupted in cheers, celebrating the good news along with Reigns. He expressed his gratitude for the overwhelming support that he had received from fans, family, and colleagues during his battle with leukemia. Reigns stated that he was ready to return to the ring, declaring, "The big dog is back." This announcement was met with a standing ovation, and was a moment of triumph, not just for him personally, but for the entire WWE community. Roman Reigns' return was met with widespread joy and relief from fans who had previously been divided on his character and his push as a top star. They rallied behind him during his health battle, and his return was seen as a symbol of resilience and hope. WWE capitalized on the emotional nature of Reigns' return, positioning him as a hero who had overcome significant odds. This return also marked a turning point in his career, as the crowd's reaction to him was overwhelmingly positive, a stark contrast to the mixed reactions he had received before his diagnosis. Following his return, Roman Reigns quickly reintegrated into the WWE storylines. He reunited with his fellow Shield members, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, for the last time to face off against Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley at Fastlane on March 10, 2019. At WrestleMania 35 in April 2019, Reigns had his first major singles match since his return, defeating Drew McIntyre. This match was a significant moment in Reigns' comeback, as it marked his return to WrestleMania, the biggest event of the year, and solidified his place as one of WWE's top stars. Chapter 6: The transformation into the Tribal Chief. In late March of 2020, just days before WrestleMania, Reigns made the decision to withdraw from the event and take a leave of absence from WWE. This decision was not made lightly. It was a result of careful consideration of the risks associated with continuing to perform during a global pandemic. Reigns' choice was influenced not only by his own health concerns, but also the need to protect his family. At the time, his wife Galena Becker was pregnant with their twin boys. Reigns recognized that continuing to work in an environment where exposure to COVID-19 was a real possibility could put both himself and his family at risk. WWE handled Reigns' departure quietly, with little on-screen explanation for his sudden absence. Braun Strowman was quickly inserted into Reigns' place in the WrestleMania match against Goldberg, ultimately winning the Universal Championship. For many fans, Reigns' absence was noticeable and left a void in WWE programming, as he had been one of the company's top stars. However, there was widespread understanding and support for his decision, as the global situation highlighted the importance of prioritizing health and safety. During his time away from WWE, Reigns remained largely out of the public eye, focusing on his family and adjusting to life in the midst of a pandemic. His decision to step away was seen both responsible and commendable, reflecting the difficult choices that many people around the world were facing during that time. For Reigns, the decision to leave WWE was not just about his career, but also about ensuring the safety of his loved ones, particularly with newborns on the way. Roman Reigns' absence from WWE lasted several months, during which time the wrestling landscape continued to evolve. However, his return in August 2020 at SummerSlam was nothing short of dramatic. Reigns appeared at the end of the event, attacking both The Fiend Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, signaling a new, more aggressive persona. Roman enlisted the now Hall of Famer Paul Heyman to help promote his storyline and assist him with his mic skills. This partnership marked the beginning of his transformation into the Tribal Chief, a heel character that would redefine his career and elevate him to new heights within WWE. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, was a stark contrast to his previous babyface persona. He was now a ruthless, calculating heel who would do whatever it took to maintain his position as the Universal Champion. Reigns' new character, with his adoring wise man, was met with widespread acclaim, with fans and critics alike praising his promos, his in-ring work, and the storytelling surrounding his reign. As the Universal Champion, with Paul Heyman by his side, Reigns dominated the WWE landscape, defeating a who's who of challengers, including Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Edge, and John Cena. His matches were often the highlight of WWE programming, and his storyline with his cousins Jay and Jimmy Uso added an emotional depth to his character that resonated with the audience. The tribal chief era of Roman Reigns was arguably the peak of his career, and he became one of the most compelling characters in professional wrestling. Although Roman's so-called peak was hit, and many WWE fans soon started to boo and hate Roman due to his few title defenses and his part-time attendance at shows, it was clear that the fans wanted change and a new champion after the 1,300-day Roman reign. Chapter 7: The Fall. Losing to the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Every great reign must eventually come to an end. And for Roman Reigns, that moment came at WrestleMania 40. After nearly 4 years of dominance as the Universal Champion, Reigns faced off against Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania. The match was highly anticipated, with Rhodes returning to WWE in 2022 and quickly becoming one of the top babyfaces in the company. The build-up to the match was intense, with Rhodes challenging Reigns' claim to being the head of the table. Cody, who had a deep connection to his father, the legendary Dusty Rhodes, was determined to win the championship that had eluded him for so long. The match itself was a classic, with both men giving it their all in a back-and-forth contest that kept the audience on the edge of their seats. Roman and Cody truly assembled the Avengers of professional wrestling, with names like John Cena, The Rock, and The Undertaker making an appearance and an impact in the 5-star match. In the end, it was Cody Rhodes who emerged victorious, ending Roman Reigns' historic title reign and signaling a changing of the guard in WWE. The loss marked a significant moment in Reigns' career, as it brought an end to the era of dominance as the tribal chief. After his loss, Roman Reigns took some time away from the spotlight, leading to speculation about his future in WWE after his reign of 1,316 days. During this time, Roman Reigns' father, Sika Anoa'i, died due to a prolonged illness on June 25, 2024, at the age of 79. His father's death led to questions as to if we would see Roman Reigns appear in WWE for the remainder of 2024. Chapter 8: SummerSlam 2024 and Redemption. After the passing of his father and hiatus, the wrestling world was once again set ablaze when Roman Reigns made a surprise return at SummerSlam 2024. The arena lights dimmed, and a familiar sound of Reigns' changed yet similar theme music echoed through the stadium. The crowd erupted in a mix of shock and excitement, knowing that the man who had dominated WWE for years was back. Reigns' entrance was a masterclass of emotions. With the passing of his father and his triumphant return, his absence seemed like it was nothing. The look in his eyes, the intensity in his walk, it all signaled that the tribal chief was not just back, but was ready to assert his dominance once again. Roman Reigns had 57,000 people in the audience holding their fingers up for him. His return at SummerSlam 2024 was not just about reappearing after a break. It was a reaffirmation of his dominance and control over WWE. His return at such a major event solidified his position as the face of the company and the ongoing storyline power that his character wielded. Social media exploded with praise for Reigns' return, with fans and wrestlers alike commenting on the impact of his comeback. The buzz continued long after the event, with everyone eagerly discussing what Reigns' next move would be and who would dare to challenge him. The YouTube video of Roman Reigns' return is one of the highest viewed videos WWE has ever uploaded. His return is strategically important for Triple H's directive. His absence had allowed other storylines and characters to develop, but his return instantly refocused the narrative back on the Bloodline saga and the question of who could possibly dethrone the original tribal chief. This return at SummerSlam was a way to reignite the intensity of these storylines, positioning Reigns for new challenges and rivalries heading into the latter part of the year. For the first time in a long time, the WWE Universe cheered not out of fear, but out of belief in what Roman could become. Roman Reigns had returned titleless, and this time, he was on the path to becoming the hero he and the fans had always wanted. His championship run may be long gone, but the story of Roman Reigns is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning.